Hi all. Okay, so I got a project that steel cutting edge. I figure it's the original cutting edge that came with the plow. It doesn't look too worn, so it might not be the original. But the original shoes were pretty worn down, so they probably kept the shoes on it, so the cutting edge probably never really hit the ground. It's curved up a little bit on both sides. Just, it doesn't look bad there, but I measured it and it's 6 inches in the middle and only like 5.5 inches here on the side. One video I watched, the guy called that a smile when the two edges get worn down. And he had a good tip. He welded a couple pieces of metal here, about the size of your thumb, so it couldn't hit the curbs. I'm always hitting curbs with that thing. It bangs. It bangs and stops you. I guess that one video, the guy talks about riding the curb. Just go real slow and feel the cutting edge ride the curb. So it's just a matter of getting the skill, going slow. So what I'm doing is I'm going to replace that cutting edge with a rubber cutting edge. I saw one video or article or something that said that steel blades are old technology. They said it goes back to the 90s, maybe even earlier. So the new technology is rubber. And I think they're coming out with plastic ones too, but I watched a few videos that plastic ones seem to be working all that great, but I guess time will tell, right? So I talked to one fella a couple years ago, and he said a lot of the fancy, expensive apartment buildings, complexes and things like that, require you to have a rubber cutting edge if you're going to plow their lots. So I figured I'd try it, see how it goes. One video I watched with that fella, he said leave the cutting edge on for strength behind the rubber. Have the rubber sticking out about 1.5 inches, 2 inches, and then put another steel strip on the front. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. What you're supposed to do is take this off, take the steel off, put the rubber right on the mold board, and then flip the steel over and bolt it right back on the same spot. So you got mold board, rubber, and then steel. And it's not really just plastic mold board here. There's this steel T. There's like a T-beam here. So it bolts onto this steel here. And this T-beam is right on here. One video I watched, the guy said, don't let your plow wear down so far where it cuts into this beam here. It cuts into this beam, because then you'd have to replace this beam. So there's no chance of that here. Got plenty of room there. So that's the project. I'm not gonna do it today. I just figured I'd do a quick video for you guys out there because I wanted to show you the rubber. I got it at a good price, and put the video out there now so you can order it and get your projects going. Okay, so I'll show you the rubber here. It came like a week ago. It's pretty heavy. So let's see here. So here's the paperwork. It's not an OEM. It's from a conveyor belt company. And he cuts them up, sells them on eBay, and these holes got to match up with the holes on your plow. So overall length 96 inches, 8 feet, and it's the same measurements for each hole. It doesn't matter if you're coming from the right or left. I measured it both ways. So 4.5, 16 and 5/16, 29 and 3/8, 41, 13 16, 54, 1/4, 66 and 11/16, 79 and 1/8, 91, 9/16. So I actually talked to the owner of the company on the phone, and he said you want 1.5 inch thick. He said if you ordered an OEM one from Meyer, he said that's what they would give you. The reason why I say that, he sells the 1 inch thick and the 1.5 inch thick. It's 8 inches wide. That steel on the front of the plow is only 6 inches, and mine is 8 foot long. You know, there's different lengths. Everybody's plow is different, 7.5 foot, you know, stuff like that. Okay. I don't know what this was for. 1 times 3 slot. Okay. Oh, 3 inch slots. That's so you can move the rubber up and down. Okay, it's not just a straight hole. Okay, so I got a little platform here with some wheels on it from an old oil heater. Before I threw it out, I took the wheels off. So when the UPS guy brought it, I just had him roll it off the truck and put it right in the wheelbarrow. So I'm going to put it on that so I can wheel it around until I'm ready to put it on. Okay, it's not real heavy, but I'm not going to pick it up. I'd say it's like 70 pounds. I think that's the most UPS will deliver, like 70 pounds. Okay, so let's check this out here. So I guess when it comes to the rubber cutting edge, they aren't supposed to be all that great on ice. They're okay on snow, and they do less damage to the cement and stuff like that. So I guess it's a trade-off between between damage and cutting ability, cutting of the ice, you know, scraping the ice. Sure don't look like 8 foot, does it? I think we're going to take it out of the box. Make sure it's 8 feet. Don't look like 8 feet. He's a thick one. Looks like 8 feet here, but being wound up in the box, it didn't look like it was 8 feet, did it? And about 3/4. Eight and a half, 8 3/4. So we're a little wavy here. It's 8 feet. It's close enough. Okay, let's take a closer look at it here. So these are those 3-inch holes. So these are those 3-inch holes, and that's so you can move it up and down. Some people go 1 inch sticking out, some people go 2 inches sticking out. So let's see here. So let's see here, he's got 2.5 inches down there, 2.5 inches on this end. Total of it's about 8 and 3/16 maybe. Since we're at it, let's check the holes just to be safe. First one's 4.5. So I guess it's supposed to be like to the center. So that one's closer, like 5 3/4. Same on this one. This one's closer to 5. So that might be for that might be because there's a little bit on this end. It's a little long on this end, a little long on that end. So the amount for the a little bit left over. So the second one is 16 and 15/16. So basically that's 17. So it's not on center, but I guess let's say we bring this in just a little bit. Yeah, it's gonna be close. See, I brought that one in just a little bit down there. Third one, 29 and 3/8. 29 and 3/8. That's pretty close there. Next one, 41, 13/16. Yeah, I guess that's pretty close there. Almost looks like they're measuring it off the edge over here. So I guess we just got to make a pit, or it might be because we're not really on a flat surface here. So we're not getting real accurate measurements. So we're 54 1/4. That one's pretty close. 66 11/16. That was pretty close. 79 1/8. That one's pretty good. 91 9/16. 91 9/16. So the first one's 4 1/2. I guess that's pretty close. If I bring this in just a little bit, because it's longer than 8 feet. If I bring that in a little bit, 4 1/2 is right there. And then the second one, 16 15/16. So that one's pretty close. 16 15/16. Kind of riding the edge here a little bit. Okay. So at least we know they're close. Because there's no way you can cut that yourself. You'd have to have a hell of a drill bit. Right, Tommy? Hell of a drill bit. Okay, so I'm going to pack this back up, try and get it back in the box. That's going to be tough. And then next video we'll see if we can get the steel off. I already bought the bolts here. I'll go get the bolts. Okay, so I got these bolts off eBay, and they were for the. I got the OEM number off the Meyer Plow website. Meyer product 08224. 08224. They're supposed to be longer, so the rubber fits. Okay, so acorn nuts, with the plastic. So if I touch this on the back, that should be plenty. Let me go measure the steel. So measuring the steel and that T-bar, got the steel bolts onto, that's 1.5. So it's gonna be close. There's it's gonna be close. Might not be able to use these bolts. They might not be long enough. Oh well. It was worth a try. So there's the steel. There's the width of the rubber, and then this here. That's 1.5. So yeah. Shoot, I was hoping they were going to be longer. Okay, so I gotta go buy some bolts. 8 of them, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All use the same nuts. Just the fella I bought the rubber from, he told me, he said, just go over to the hardware store and buy some bolts. So bolts are bolts, I guess. These might be hardened steel. I'll probably go over like Tractor Supply. They've got some pretty heavy duty bolts there. Okay, so that's all we're going to do for today. Probably October, I'll go ahead and see if I can get this on. Maybe I'll talk to a few guys, a few mechanics, see if I'd rather have them do it. Just pay someone to do it. Pretty heavy. Pretty thick. Yep. Okay,